I'm standing here with Gertjan Kramer, who works at Shell, and who basically was questioning Carlo Jaeger, who basically gave a presentation about the green potential networks we need. What was your impression about the presentation of Carlo when he described the necessity to make things simpler before we could use it into more complex systems?
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent presentation. It gave some very interesting insights into or an overview of complexity theory. Then towards the end I wondered now, what has Carlo said about his ostensible title, the global green growth? And he started,
which is his big passion.
I understand that it is mine, but I thought, well, I haven't learned much about that. I mean, conceptually it is appealing, but I think at the same time green growth is a very elusive subject. So,
complex project?
Yeah, it is complex, but the real challenge is to make it simple. And I think that inspired my question. You can say, well, we need to solve this at a global scale and look at all the complexities. But the other way is that you say, well, it must come from what people do in their day-to-day lives. And how can I, standing here in Amsterdam, how can I live out this day more green than I did before?
Right.
And I'm not wiser about that at the end of it.
Well, maybe you're less wise, but you are working inside Shell on this challenge of more sustainable energy. Are you using complex theory to build hugely complex systems and complex modeling to get nearer to that point?
Yeah, well, as big companies are complex systems in their own rights, as we heard, there's no doubt someone working on complexity theory, on all the questions that we're faced with.
But you?
But it isn't me, no.
So how do you approach this huge complex question, how to get to a more sustainable society and the role which Shell can play?
Yeah, I've become more modest as I went through life, and I mean, we are the products of the experience we live through in life. I started out as a physicist, we're working on solid state physics problems, part theory, part experiment. Then I moved to Shell. I did supercomputer. We had those 25 years ago when I joined. They fit in there. And I did calculations on very simple reactions, catalytic reactions. And that is a sobering experience in a way, because it tells you that even the simple system made up of a few molecules is very, very hard to model. And after doing that a couple of years and then slowly working back in a company to more practical problems, I find, well, perhaps I should try something else other than models. And so now I think my trick in life is to find, well, probably people would find it mine data, but look at simple relations that I can find, and sometimes charts from the newspaper, where you say, well, if I couple that to something else I've read, it gives me an insight and I can deliver an impactful message.
So really more the old philosophical research, talking to people, no big complex theories, no big complex models.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's a lot of room also for philosophy. Complex theory can be useful, but for the big, huge problems, we also need to think and have very simple relationships. Thank you very much.